Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Happy Monday. Hope you had a pleasant weekend. I did because the Steelers play tonight. I know it's against the Giants, and I know the Giants are on the ropes. Sorry, Brian, but we'll see. We'll see. We will see. However, we are back with another episode of Monday Talks. Thank you to Dan for the title and obviously the thumbnail. And this one's going to be just a wee bit different because normally I rattle on about some sort of topic that I found interesting and passed along to you. But this one is going to be a little different because this one is going to be a shout out to Collectomania, formerly Neil Collects, now Collectomania. Link to him down below. He's brought the 10 questions back. It's been a while since Neil has put out the 10 questions, so we got the new one, and I figure we're going to do a little mixture. We're going to do 5 questions. I'm going to turn it around, so unfortunately you'll have to look at me for a few minutes. We're going to open a pack. This came as an extra. I don't even know what it is, but it is Marvel, Captain America, Civil War. There's something squishy in there. And we've got two cards and one necklace tag. Available only at Walmart, but that's not where I got it. So we'll do that. But first off, we're going to do the first five. There's the English of the 10 questions, and then we're going to flip it back around. So be prepared for a flip. Hello, warning, it's me again. I have them written down, so we're just going to dig into them. And Neil always comes up with some interesting questions. And the questions will be down. I'll put a list of the questions down in the description in case anybody else wants to check it out, because there's some interesting ones that I'd be curious about. Man, I just do not know what I am doing. Should I lift that? Screw it. We'll futz with that later. But question number 1: soft serve or tub ice cream? Me personally, it's the ice cream out of the tub. I don't know. I mean, soft serve is fine. Soft serve is convenient, but it's very limited in flavors. I know we've all been to the restaurants where they had chocolate, vanilla, and twist. I said it that way for a reason. Oh, there's the finger. I said it that way for a reason. That'll come back later on in this video. For me, tub ice cream. It's old school. It's what I remember. It's what I love. Question number 2. How do you like your eggs in the morning? Well, that's a good one, because that's something I never really thought of, and then I started to think. Back in a while ago, when I wasn't as, I'm not going to say I'm a good cook, but proficient at cooking, I would just go scrambled just because of how easy it is. But lately, these days, it all depends. Sometimes it's an omelet. I'm not good at them. I try. My mom's a lot better at making omelets than I am. Or just the old fried, over easy, whatever you would call it, just put on toast. The egg is one of the ultimate universal foods. You can do so much with an egg. That's what the little creases on the chef's toque is all about. It's, I think, 101, because it's 101 different ways you can use an egg. Question number 3, and this is an interesting one, and I do have some logistical questions about it that I will explain. Number 3, would you rather be trapped 6 feet underground or 6 feet in the air? I think it maybe have been 60. I'm sorry, I can't. I wrote down 6, but in any event, those are 2 of my fears. I'm extremely claustrophobic, and I don't care for heights. So I guess, obviously, I would initially default to say I would rather be trapped in the air, but that begs a question. How am I trapped? Am I suspended? Am I just floating? Can I move? Can I move around and just float? If so, I'm going that, because at least I'm outside. The underground, unless I'm in a bunker, nah. Hard pass on the underground. Don't like that idea. So I'm not sure. All right, number 4. I'm going to have to use my imagination. Assuming you're totally single, I don't have to imagine very hard. How many years difference would you be comfortable with the person you're with? And when I get to a certain age, which I am, it's basically, I don't think any more than 5. Because honestly, once you start getting into like the 10 plus, that's a generational thing, essentially. It's like, what do you have in common with that person? So I'll never understand, like the 50-year-old business mogul that wants to date some 21-year-old. What do you have in common with them? I know that that's not why they're doing it, but the fact is, like, what do you have in common with somebody half your age? You have different music, different TV shows. You were raised in a different time. So no more than 5 years, if in my opinion, if I'm honest. And then number 5, and then we're going to flip it around and see what in the world is in that pack. What is your favorite horror movie? Good, 'tis the spooky season. That's a tough one. I love horror movies, and I've seen a lot of weird ones from various countries and various levels of release, like to the big main, to like the big hardcore releases, to the stuff that came out on DVD that, you found in those weird shops that don't exist anymore. And there's so many that I've enjoyed over the years, but I think for me it has to go back to the original one that got me started in loving horror, and especially growing up outside of Pittsburgh. This one rang true to a lot of people. It would be the original Night of the Living Dead from 1968. Still a classic. You can see it anywhere. I could actually be playing it right now because that movie, since its creation, was never registered, so it is in the public domain. That's why whenever you go to Walmart, Target, whatnot, it's always on the horror mix packs because it's free. You can't get in trouble for showing it. I could have it playing right now, and there wouldn't be anything anybody could do about it. But that's the movie that really kind of birthed the zombie thing. And George Romero, was a Pittsburgh, not from the start, but at that time was a Pittsburgh local. And it was filmed in a town called Zelienople, where the farmhouse was, I should say. Some of it was in, I think, Evans City, which is a little up north of Pittsburgh. But the farmhouse was in Zelienople, and it has, I think it was actually abandoned when they filmed it back in 1968, and has since collapsed years ago. I don't think I was even alive in that. I think that thing was long gone, long before I came along. It just fell down. But I think that's the one because that launched the random obsession that I have. All right, now we switch. There we go. Now I move the chair. I got to figure out something better to do with the lighting, so sorry for the Michael Bay lens flares. Like I say, I got this in an extra pack. Collect your favorite favorite characters from Marvel's Captain America Civil War. All right, you know what? This is going to be fun. It's got a little necklace thing in it. I don't know what it is, but we got 2 cards, and it's just something really random that we can have fun with. So we're going to first off take a look at what ye olde necklace is. Do we get a... Who be that? Who be you? Who be that? That's really cool looking. Actually, that's really cool looking, I have to say. We've got us a little Ant-Man thing, 8 of 15, so they have 15 different ones of these. That's a pretty cool looking little thing. There he is. Ant-Man. I like that. I definitely like that. And now the first of the 2 cards. We got Civil War. No idea what in the world this is, but it looks cool. Iron Man agrees with the Accords because he feels responsible for the destruction in Sokovia. I was so focused on not calling it Slovakia that I forgot the difference between in and of. He wants to keep heroes from creating as much. He wants to keep heroes from creating as much damage. Yeah, good luck, sir. And the final card, and then we're going to do the last of the 10 questions. That's a really nice group shot. With Captain America leaving the Avengers, Iron Man becomes the leader of the team. I don't know what set this is, but it was a cool little pack that I got as an extra one. Hello, Scarlett Johansson. How are you? Call me. Remember question 4. I don't have to imagine being totally single. Yeah. All right, so we're going to flip back and just shake my head at what the fool I am. All right, so back, we just finished up the favorite horror movie. Number 6. If you could fix one thing in the world, what would it be? Rampant stupidity. If I could Thanos that out of existence, and actually this is a perfect tie-in to the next one, it would be to bleep out random and rampant stupidity and ignorance. That alone would make an instant difference in the world. Number 7, what is your life goal? Kind of ties in, because if I could do something like that, I would be remembered, and I honestly think that that should be the true goal of life, to try to do something, to have an impact, to make a difference, to make a change where it's something that you're remembered fondly for. And I think that would be my life goal, to be remembered for having some positive impact. It doesn't even matter if it's on the world in general or on a small group of people. I think I would venture to say that would be my ultimate life goal. Number 8. M. Night Shyamalan, or as back in the day Neil called him and I used to call him M. Night Shamalamadingdong, because I don't know how to spell that man's last name, versus Stephen King. Who is better? I'm sorry, but even though the Stephen King movies on the whole have not been good, there have been a couple really good ones, but the majority of them, not good. Like The Langoliers, I know it was a TV miniseries, but ooh, painful. I have to give him the nod just because of the longevity and the creation of so many great characters in the horror and, in the horror genre. Shyamalan, I mean, he's made a lot of big-time movies. I have my thoughts on them. I'm not a big fan of most of them because he always goes for the twist. Always goes for the twist. The twist is always not good. I was talking to John Burgess the other day. I said, maybe one day the twist should be there is no twist. He would fool everybody. But just for example, the movie Signs. I'm not going to give a spoiler alert because if you haven't seen it, I'm sorry, it's like 75 years old. But if an alien race who has the intelligence and the capability to build interstellar craft that can travel throughout the galaxy, they should know they're allergic to water. And by that, and at that point, why would you then come to a planet that, one, is 75% covered by water, and two, water literally rains from the sky? That's all I got to say. That's not the twist. Plus, the village actually weirdly reminded me of where I went to grad school. That will be a story for another day. So I got to give Stephen King the nod there. Number 9, the worst sickness I have ever had, probably COVID. About 2 years ago, I got COVID. Don't know how. I think I got it when I was out. Thankfully, it didn't hit me very hard. It was just a day and a half when I really felt really crummy. But I would say in the grand scheme of things, that would be the worst sickness I've ever had, would be the Rona. And the final question, and this is, John told me what he's doing, and then look for that one. Are you attracted to cartoon/anime/video game characters? I'm not going to lie. Back in the day, I think every single one of us of the male persuasion, and who knows, even some of the female persuasion, we all had a little crush on some of the video game heroines, such as, Sonya Blade from Mortal Kombat, Chun-Li from, Street Fighter. And, I dare venture from the X-Men comics, it was Rogue, especially Rogue for me. That southern drawl, which is interesting because the woman who voiced her is Canadian, I believe a Maritimer. She was in the politics in Nova Scotia for a long time, Lenora Zahn. Wonderful human being and very good autograph signer. She probably still is, but I don't have an address for her since she's out of office. But it was that southern drawl plus that kind of the forbidden fruit thing, like can't touch her. Everybody did. Everybody did. Everybody still does. It is what it is. But yeah, back in the day, those were the three big ones. Sonya Blade, Chun-Li, and good old Rogue. So yes, the answer is yeah, I guess I would be. So that's going to do it for this one. The link to the questions because it's not really a link. The list of the questions will be down below. Link to Neil, Collectomania, will be, I'm just going to flip that one more time, Collectomania, formerly Neil, now Collectomania. Make sure to check it out and jump in on these questions if you want to, because they are a heck of a lot of fun. So that's going to do it for this random Monday rambling nonsensical stuff, which is the best part of Monday, I think, in my very, very humble opinion. Thank God I didn't have the camera on me. That was not a straight face. But anyway, that's going to do it for me. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We will see you. Actually, no. I should... Is it next week or is it this week? No, we're good. Disregard everything I just said. We will see you tomorrow.